Save more store-wide when you use your extra 20% off Savings Pass. The Mega After Christmas Sale and Clearance, right now at Kaufman's.
The season's best. Experience the magic. Cadillac. Breakthrough. Visit your Northern Ohio Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer. Residency restrictions apply.
And now, live from WKYC's Digital Broadcast Center, this is Channel 3 News.
The number of people killed in a mammoth earthquake and tsunamis has now surpassed 60,000. Good evening, I'm Scott Newell.
And I'm Lydia Sparra. Tim and Ramona have the night off. Waves of grief continue to wash over southern Asia, a region fighting to survive its worst calamity in generations. Sri Lanka listed more than 21,000 people dead, India 4,400, and Thailand 1,500. Hundreds more were killed in Malaysia, Bangladesh, Somalia, Tanzania, and Kenya. The State Department says that 12 Americans are among the dead, 7 in Sri Lanka and 5 in Thailand. Hundreds of Americans are also missing. And the United States is doubling its aid to $35 million. But officials say it's likely more will be needed.
A Northeast Ohio family is grateful that their loved ones escaped the killer waves. Tonight, Channel 3's Paul Thomas spoke to a teenager who ran for her life and spent agonizing hours perched on a roof, wondering if her family survived.
These images, testimony of just how fast the water rose in less than a minute.
I guess just the initial reaction of seeing the wave, that's something I won't forget either. 25 feet maybe.
Alex Kalo saw this wall of water, saw paradise turn into purgatory in a matter of seconds. The time it took her to run for her life.
I was in the pool, and I heard some Thai guy yell, "Run," and I just saw the wave coming, and I just ran.
Alex, an 18-year-old college freshman with relatives in Concord Township, was vacationing with her family in Phuket, Thailand, where this video was taken.
And then that's how close the ocean is to the house.
About 100 yards away.
About 100 yards, yes.
We spoke to Alex tonight from Hong Kong at her relative's house in Concord. Older sister Nikki still can't believe what her sister went through.
Still weren't high enough. The water was still coming in, so they went up on the roof. And my sister just for little over 2 hours watched people just being killed, being washed away. Kids, babies, mothers, everybody just washed away.
Alex climbed to the roof of a third-story building next to the family home, and she worried about her mother, who went out for her morning run on the beach. Was she still alive?
She was supposed to be running on the beach, and I knew that anyone that was running on the beach was probably dead. And so for 2.5 hours, I was a mess. There was so much going through my head. When I was up on the 3rd floor, and people just kept coming into that lady's house because it was the highest house in the complex. And some Thai guy came. It was the same Thai guy that told me to run. He came in and he had a big piece of glass stuck in his stomach. And I was like, I just couldn't even believe it. That was one thing I know and I'll never forget.
Alex's mother, Beth Slovan-Poling, originally of Burton, took a detour off the beach for a cup of coffee that likely saved her life. Now, Alex's mom is still in Thailand. She's trying to help other people find their loved ones. In fact, Beth Slovan-Poling will be going to different islands, hospitals, makeshift morgues, trying to find the companion of a Chagrin Falls woman. Scott?
Paul, that Chagrin Falls woman, Paul, you were talking about, also defied the odds. Dr. Libby North was on vacation off the coast of Thailand when the monster waves hit as the tsunami ripped across the tiny island of Koh Phi Phi. Her wooden bungalow collapsed, and Libby was trapped in the debris. Her right hand was jammed by a shattered wall.
She was being pressed more and more underneath the whatever structure she was in, and then the water subsided. She was able to catch her breath, had a few breaths, and then another wave came back in and did the exact same thing to her and submerged her again.
We're lucky that, God or was watching over her, that she was taken to a hospital.
But just look at the island.
Thousands of others weren't as fortunate. The deadly waves pounded everything in their path. Libby's mother and father are flying from Cleveland to Bangkok right now. Libby's companion, Ben Abel, was in the next bungalow when the wave hit, and he is still missing.
The Ohio Department of Natural Resources says the large earthquakes that caused the tsunamis in Southeast Asia shook the ground in Ohio. Scientists say their instruments picked up movement underground about 18 minutes after the first earthquake hit Asia, but say it was too slight to be felt on land here. Model Petra Nemkova was on the 2003 cover of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition. Sunday, she found herself hanging from a tree in Thailand after the tsunami hit. She was rescued 8 hours later. Her boyfriend is still missing. Nate Berkus, a designer that works with Oprah Winfrey, was in a hut in Sri Lanka. He survived, as did former German Chancellor Helmut Kohl and Swedish skiing great Ingmar Stenmark.
Doctors are warning that diseases could kill as many people as the tsunamis did. The waves hit some of the poorest countries on Earth, where weak public health systems are now overwhelmed. Millions of homeless are at risk of respiratory infections such as influenza. In addition, they risk disease and death from two other main categories of illness, says infectious disease physician Dr. Susan Ream of the Cleveland Clinic.
One is waterborne diseases, and those are things like typhoid and cholera and other diarrheal diseases. The second thing is insect diseases, things like malaria and dengue.
The United Nations will coordinate a huge effort to try to lessen the disease threat. It will be one of the biggest and most logistically challenging peacetime relief efforts in history. If you need more information on the Red Cross, you can find a link at WKYC.com. The Red Cross also says if you're looking for information about a loved one in that region of Asia, the State Department has a number you can call. It's 1-888-407-4747.
Well, Scott, in other news, more locally, we are in line for a pretty significant winter warm-up over the next couple days.
That means a lot of melting snow and possible flooding. Meteorologist Betsy Kling is in the Weather Center with more. Betsy?
Well, that certainly is something that we are concerned about here in the Weather Center. The warm-up is starting tonight. Temperatures have not wavered through the evening hours and actually have ticked up a few degrees, mainly in the mid-30s across northeastern Ohio, and that's about where we're going to stay, if not continue to rise as we get into the morning hours. So summing it up for you, we have the melting beginning. Could have some patchy dense fog out there, and drizzle is also a possibility, not only today or tonight, but also tomorrow and into the day on Thursday when the rain finally hits. Now, the flooding is going to be a concern, and it's definitely something you're going to want to prepare for. Scott and Lydia.
And as you heard from Betsy, there is a chance of some flooding with the quick thaw. So if you are a homeowner, there are some steps you can take to help the melting snow stay out of your home. There is no doubt too much snow can cause a lot of damage. Take a look at what happened at this garage at the IX Center. The weight of the snow sent the roof tumbling down. And because of that, Palmer resident Joe Finding uses a roof rake in hopes of preventing that.
But even a little bit I get off, I won't have as big a portion of filled up in the gutters as most of the other people will.
But Joe and his neighbor Pat Zubel have other concerns for now.
I'm guessing, but I think it's in the proximity of where I'm digging.
She is digging her way to the drainage sewage in her backyard. With the big thaw on the way, she wants to make sure it's clear. The county engineer says this is a good idea. Little things like this can prevent your home from flooding. Shovel the snow away from the basement windows. Don't put excess snow on the pavement. You have a better chance of proper drainage in the yard. And what about those gutters? Forget about them if they're frozen. Knocking down icicles, not a bad idea, but it can be dangerous. Zubel has done all that and more as she continues to chip away at this winter mess.
If it's a rapid thaw, it's going to hurt us. It better be just a slow one. It'll be a lot better for everybody.
And better for everybody, spring is only 3 months away.
I guess they say there's light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Now, the county engineer says if you have any questions as to who is responsible for the drainage in your community, you should call City Hall. They'll let you know if the county or someone else has a contract with the city.
Police near Pittsburgh say an Ohio woman was doing donuts in her car in a frozen lake when the car broke through. Divers found the body of 55-year-old Betty Martoff of Warren. She was in a car submerged in Moraine State Park's Lake Arthur. Muskrat trappers found the hole in the ice with tire tracks leading to it. Police say Martoff was the only person in the car and there were no signs of foul play. For 40 years, the murder of a popular 16-year-old girl has haunted a family and a community. Now, a review of old evidence may lead police to the girl's killer. 16-year-old Beverly Jaros was stabbed and strangled in her Garfield Heights bedroom exactly 40 years ago today. Police investigated hundreds of leads but never arrested the killer. Last month, Garfield Heights detectives asked the coroner's office to review old evidence. Turns out DNA from the killer may have been preserved.
Clothing, bedding, and the rope that was used to strangle her is still at the coroner's office, and that's what's being tested.
Police do think she knew her killer, and they're also hoping if anyone has information that they will now call police.
The owner of Al's Gymnastics will serve 9 years in prison for putting a camera in the bathroom of his gymnastics facility. 47-year-old Al Martinson pleaded guilty to 20 counts of illegally taping minor girls over a 2-year period in East Canton. Now, some girls discovered the video camera at a slumber party in the building this October. 20 tapes were seized and dozens of victims were identified. Prosecutors say the sentence means closure for the families.
Ohio's presidential recount is now complete. Democrat John Kerry did shave a few hundred votes off President Bush's victory in the state. Nobody expected the recount to change the winner of the election, but supporters of the process said they wanted to make sure that every vote was counted. This couple claims a popular children's medicine caused their little girl to go blind.
And to all the parents out there, I will warn them that we followed directions exactly.
A new study reveals one way to get your kids to drink more milk. And we know what a foot of snow looks like, but how about a foot of rain?
Folks, great show tonight. Jamie Foxx from the movie Ray on the program, plus MSNBC's Keith Olbermann, and music from Amy Grant and Kebmo. Very eclectic kind of mix tonight, coming up right after the news.
You're watching Channel 3 News with Ramona Robinson and Tim White.
Attention GM buyers. Mike Bass Ford has pre-owned 2004 Chevy Malibus for $89.90 with air, CD, power windows, and more. Yes, $89.90 for an 04 Malibu at my #1 used car dealer.
Mike Bass Ford
and Mazda.
Being a stylist, I have to figure out what works best for my clients. Like this one client with a dry scalp, I surprised her by using Head & Shoulders. You're kidding. Head & Shoulders?
Today's Head & Shoulders Hydrating Smooth and Silky with twice as many moisturizers.
Wow, amazing. Of course flake-free, but also silky smooth, soft to the touch, and virtually free of split ends.
Head & Shoulders, flake-free and silky smooth. Surprise yourself.
Since 1904, no matter what kind of car you're looking for, you can find it at your Spitzer Auto Store. And this week, every Spitzer Auto Store is holding their year-end clearance sale, offering you the biggest discounts of the year. So don't wait. Don't even hesitate. Take advantage of huge factory rebates and the biggest Spitzer discounts of the year, only at your local Spitzer Auto Store.
Get into the holiday spirit at your Chevy Network dealers with great deals on the biggest lineup on the road. Check out your Cleveland area newspapers for this $500 holiday bonus cash coupon. Combine it with most current factory offers to lease or buy a Chevy Malibu, Impala, Trailblazer, and Trailblazer EXT. But use it by January 3rd or you lose it. Hurry to your participating Chevy Network dealer because this offer ends January 3rd.
The 2005 Toyotathon year-end event is going on now at Toyota Bedford. Now through the end of the year, get a great deal on the Toyota you want at the Midwest Toyota Superstore. Right now, lease a Camry, America's #1 selling car, for just $159 a month for 36 months. Or lease a new 2005 Highlander SUV for only $179 a month for 36 months. The 2005 Toyotathon year-end event ends soon. So rush to Toyota Bedford on Rockside Road today and drive away with a once-a-year clearance deal on the Toyota you want. Toyota Bedford. Nobody bigger, nobody better.
This month at my #1 Ford dealer, lease a brand new Taurus for only $159 a month. Yes, a brand new Taurus for only $159 a month. Take I-90 to exit 148 to my #1 Ford dealer.
Mike Bass Ford
and Mazda.
The popular children's pain reliever Motrin has been named in a lawsuit.
The parents of a 7-year-old California girl claimed the medicine caused their daughter to go blind. The suit alleges that children's Motrin caused Sabrina Brierton Johnson to contract Stevens-Johnson syndrome. It seeks unspecified damages and accuses the drug makers of negligence, breach of warranty, and of concealing the potential health risks associated with taking the medicine.
And it happens with no warning. And by the time it's diagnosed, your child will be blind or on their way to dead.
Johnson & Johnson's subsidiary, McNeil Pharmaceuticals, puts out the drug. A spokesperson for the company acknowledged the lawsuit and said the company is concerned.
There's some new hope for people who suffer from intense chronic pain. The Food and Drug Administration has approved a drug called Prialt, saying it has serious side effects, but may be the only option for people no longer helped by morphine. The familiar half-pint milk carton could be on the way out like the slide rule. A dairy industry study revealed that kids drink more milk when it's packaged in round plastic bottles. Milk in plastic bottles could help schools financially, too. They depend on sales for cash. When fast food chains switched from paper cartons to plastic bottles, their sales increased.
Heavy rains have soaked Southern California for a second straight day. Floodwaters are turning some intersections into lakes around Los Angeles County. The storm is expected to linger for days. It could dump more than a foot of rain before it's all over.
The task of removing the snow from city side streets continues to be a problem here in Cleveland.
Oh, yes, not only are cars being buried on the roadside, but pedestrians are finding it somewhat dangerous to get from one place to another.
As you can see, the streetwalks are covered with snow. There's no way I can actually carry the stroller over. It's too much hassle. So I have to walk in the middle of the street to be able to get to where I gotta go.
The city parking ban is still in effect for secondary streets. Officials are asking motorists to refrain from parking on side streets until they can be plowed.
And we just had an event here that unfortunately the viewers couldn't see or hear.
But the thaw has begun.
Yeah, because the ice and the snow slid off our roof here.
That's right. We have that rounded roof. If you've ever seen our studios here downtown, we have the rounded roof, and it's had about 6 or 8 inches of snow and ice on it. And I noticed driving in, actually I stayed in the Holiday Inn during the storm, and I noticed the big piece had kind of separated.
Yeah,
so
it's scary.
It finally fell off, and when it came down, it sounded like an earthquake. So glad that's over with. No problems, but you're probably going to be hearing much the same in your own households. You hear some rumbling on the roof. It's probably the snow falling off. Temperature at 36. We are melting, folks. 28 is the current wind chill. Pressure's holding steady. Southwesterly winds continue to blow in. That's helping us out. That's where the warmer air is coming from. But it's being tempered somewhat by the snowpack that we still have. 38 Lorraine, 37 Mansfield, 41 now in Dover. Overnight tonight, temperatures may tick up a degree or two, and all in all, things are warming in the entire forecast. But in the wind chills, with those southwesterly winds blowing in, still feels like it's well below the freezing mark in many areas. So you're still going to need the gloves, still going to need the coats. As for statewide temperatures, we're in the upper 30s to around the 40-degree mark in most of the area. And through the day tomorrow, I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem hitting 40 degrees. But as the warmer air moves in over our snowpack, we've also got the fog chances as well as patchy drizzle that's going to be with us through the day as well. Weak cold front is just off to the north of us. That's one of the forcing factors. It's going to give us a shot at some drizzle. But in the center portion of the U.S., that's where things are getting going for our next storm system. It's probably going to be moving our way as we go into the latter parts of the midweek and into the weekend. Mostly cloudy with patchy fog and drizzle possible. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-30s, may tick up a few degrees. Don't think we have to worry too much about the freezing drizzle, although some of the valley areas where that cold air sinks into, you may have a little bit of a difference there. Clouds for the day tomorrow. Fog and drizzle will be with us. Could have patchy, dense fog in some areas. We will be topping out right around 40, if not a little better than that. I think everything kind of depends on where temperatures go overnight tonight. For Thursday, 46 the daytime high, but the problem is we get rain in here as this next storm system begins working its way in, but it's also going to be bringing us warmer temperatures for Friday. Now, I'm more concerned about, yes, the snow melting that we have, but the rain that's also coming by 2005. Have to get used to saying that now. Saturday, we could have some pretty decent rainfall that's coming through. That's going to be sticking around for Sunday as well. And again, it could be piling up in some areas. Just a few reminders for you as you're getting ready and maybe thinking about a few things you have to do. Clear the snow and debris away from the drains around your house and the street. Help out your road crews a little bit. Watch your sump pumps over the next few days. Make sure they're keeping up with the melting that's taking place and not backing up, especially if you have older sump pumps or some pumps that you've had problems with. I know there are a lot of people going, oh yeah. And last but certainly not least, turn around, don't drown. This is a big push from the National Weather Service they came up with to help people remember not to drive in flooded roadways. You just don't know how fast that water's moving or how much water there is. 6 inches of flowing water can knock you off your feet. It takes less than 2 feet of flowing water to move a car. And then, of course, you know, it may not be so bad across the road, but then you get into a ditch and your car goes down.
That's it.
You got to be extremely careful with the floodwaters and keep the kids away from the floodwaters too. I know it looks good and it looks enticing, but just stay away from it.
All right, good advice. Thanks, Betsy.
Thanks, Betsy. Well, he was the Buckeyes starting quarterback. Now Troy Smith is being accused of taking money from a booster.
And the Cavs trying to clip the Hawks in Atlanta. Mike Cairns has the highlights when Channel 3 News returns.
With a splash down from on.
Get up to the minute weather with Channel 3's Mark Nolan on Magic 105.7.
Hi, I'm Carol Chandler. Join us bright and early for the morning show, 5 a.m. to 7. Holly knows how to get you off on the right foot and wearing the right apparel, that's for sure. Her first forecast. Also, we'll have the latest headlines, certainly covering the devastation overseas. See you then.
Make this winter a dream with the added confidence of driving a C240 sedan with 4MATIC all-wheel drive from Mercedes-Benz of Bedford or Mercedes-Benz of North Olmsted. The C240 4MATIC has a unique four-wheel electronic traction system so advanced, it reacts before you do. During the Winter Dream event, lease a new C240 4MATIC for just $379 a month for 39 months, and we'll waive your first payment. The Winter Dream event at Mercedes-Benz of Bedford and Mercedes-Benz of North Olmsted. A sales and service experience unlike any other.
It's big, it's here, and it's better than ever. Toyotathon 05. This once-a-year event is on with a big selection and great values on your favorite Toyota cars, like Toyota Camry. Now get a new 05 Camry with 1.9 financing for 36 months or $500 cash back. Or lease a new Camry LE for just $229 a month for 36 months with only $13.99 due at signing. Toyotathon 05. Quality, selection, value. Now that's moving you forward.
Here are tonight's winning Ohio lottery numbers.
Dr. Phil's all-new Resolutions Week starts with
Money, money, money.
Next Dr. Phil.
Tomorrow at 5 on Channel 3.
At the big after-holiday clearance at Walmart, you can get next year's presents already wrapped. Holiday gift sets like this remote control organizer, 50% off. Plus, it's already wrapped. Where did I put the remote? Where did I put the remote? Oh, there it is.
Hey, Bobby, the big after-holiday clearance at Walmart runs Sunday, December 26th through Friday, December 31st.
Oh, I love to shop, especially when you can save 25% on select toys.
And if you care about saving money, and I do care, it's the place to be.
Totally. Introducing new sippable Sunday milkshakes, such as turtle caramel nut. As we introduce these new sippable sundaes, we've observed there's also a need to introduce alternative reactions to them, beyond the standard unimaginative ooh, as follows.
Whoa. Man, oh man, oh man. Great Scott.
Steak and Shake with new sippable Sunday milkshakes. Look out now.
The snow and ice of winter are here, and driving conditions can change quickly, but not as quickly as intelligent all-wheel drive. During the limited engagement winter event at Infinity of Bedford and Infinity of North Olmsted, lease a new G35X sedan with intelligent all-wheel drive for just $499 a month. Or power through any weather conditions with an FX35 Sport Intensity vehicle for just $555 a month. This winter, don't let the snow and ice keep you inside. Take advantage of the limited engagement winter event going on now only at Infinity of Bedford and Infinity of North Olmsted. Nobody bigger, nobody better.
Log on to WKYC for Speakin' Sports, sponsored by Elk and Elk.
Hi, everybody. Cavaliers making it look easy on the road tonight thanks to a big night from LeBron James. They were on the run early and often. In this one, Jeff McGinnis gets him to go to the top floor, and he likes the view there as he rolls in two on the oop. Hawks hanging tough at home. Josh Smith with 2 hands throws it down. Cavs defense, though, keeping this one tight. Anderson Varejão the steal, and LeBron look out at the other end with a right hand. Hawks up 51-50 at the half. Second half, though, all LBJ dropped in the jumper there, and he was feeling it. And when you give him the 3, he's going to take it over Josh Childress. He rained down 40 on the Hawks tonight. 111-102 the final. Next up for the Cavs will be the Rockets. And they got to hope that they play better than they did against the Bucks tonight. Michael Redd hits the 3, and they were rolling. Then watch Desmond Mason. Acts like he's driving to the Nerf hoop in his basement. Just slams it home. All Bucks tonight. 115-87. The final, they'll be in town this week. Ohio State's athletic director Andy Geiger said tonight that the school will take action against the Columbus businessman who passed cash on a Buckeye quarterback Troy Smith. Now, Smith has been suspended from the Buckeyes Alamo Bowl game for accepting money from Robert Baker. Baker's not an OSU alum, but is a season ticket and suite holder. Baker may be barred from future Buckeye games or could be prevented from buying into a luxury suite at the Horseshoe for his actions, which reportedly took place with Smith 2 years ago. Meanwhile, Troy Smith's team has gone on without him to San Antonio to prepare for their matchup tomorrow night against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Despite recent grumblings that the Buckeyes have been slacking in their preparations, the linebacker A.J. Hawk says the Bucs are ready for Oak State tomorrow night.
You know, with the coaches we have here, we usually, and especially the time you have to prepare for a bowl game, it really gives you time to kind of adjust to which type of team you're playing. And we're used to playing different style teams every week.
As coaches, we get a little nervous the closer it gets, and I know our teams are anxious to play, and we're excited to line up tomorrow night.
Independence Bowl. Miami of Ohio's Shane Montgomery promoted to head coach before the game against Iowa State tonight. Red Hawks getting on the board with 25 seconds left in the half. Josh Betts, the 28-yard touchdown pass to Luke Clemens. They take a 13-10 lead into the fourth quarter. That's when Brett Mayer runs 23 yards down to the 1, sets up the go-ahead touchdown. And Iowa State, a winner tonight in the Independence Bowl, 17-13 the final. Holiday High School basketball. Some ranked teams in action tonight at the Strongsville Holiday Tournament. Game 1, Shaker Heights taking on Shaw. Heights moving the ball around there in white. A.J. Clare with the finish and the foul, but it's tough to stop the Red Ball Express. Deontay Murphy for 3 of his 20, and then later he's going to set up Stanley Johnson for 3 more. Shaw advances to the championship game, 88-62 the final. In game 2, it was the host Mustangs and JFK. Mario McGee sets up Clarence Jackson for 2, but back comes Strongsville. Bo Wazinski to Kyle Brown for 2 of his 22. JFK led by McGee, who had 24. Mustangs were tough at home. They'll play Shaw in the championship game tomorrow night, 87-79 the final. Ignatius taking on Warren Harding. Matt Freeman puts the Wildcats up early, and then Harding, led by their football star Mario Manningham, gets the pass from Steve Williams. He gets it to go in. And this one goes down to the wire tonight. Ignatius, a winner, Harding, a winner tonight, 66-45 is your final. That's sports.
Don't forget, Buckeyes party tomorrow night.
And the Buckeyes basketball team won tonight.
Oh, good. But the party's tomorrow night.
Party's tomorrow night.
Lydia's in hog heaven.
Coming up, a turf war is underway in one Florida neighborhood.
It's over one man's plan to conserve water and put the lawnmower away for good.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
Baby, it's cold out there.
This evening has been
hoping that you
so
drop
very
in.
nice.
I'll take your hands, they're cold as
I ought to say no, 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 sir. At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my pride?
I really can't stay. Baby, don't hold out. Oh, but it's cold.
How did you see 2004? At Channel 3, we saw things that made us wonder.
Made us angry. Made us smile.
We saw people who made us believe. Issues that made us think.
We put our mission into words, and those words into action.
We didn't see eye to eye with everyone.
But we feel privileged to tell your stories and are inspired by your courage and caring.
What will 2005 look like?
We're keeping our eyes open. Join us.
The 2005 Toyotathon year-end event is going on now at Toyota Bedford. Now through the end of the year, get a great deal on the Toyota you want at the Midwest Toyota Superstore. Right now, lease a Camry, America's #1 selling car, for just $159 a month for 36 months. Or lease a new 2005 Highlander SUV for only $179 a month for 36 months. The 2005 Toyotathon year-end event ends soon. So rush to Toyota Bedford on Rockside Road today and drive away with a once-a-year clearance deal on the Toyota you want. Toyota Bedford. Nobody bigger, nobody better.
The Chevy Holiday Red Tag Sale. Look for a red tag on Impala and you'll save a lot of green. With Chevy Impala Sedan, you get best-in-class highway fuel economy. And now qualified lessees can use red tag bonus cash to lease an 05 Impala Sedan for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important lease details. The Chevy Holiday Red Tag Sale. See red, save green. See your Chevy Network dealers today. Official vehicle of the Cleveland Browns.
This holiday season, it's your last chance to find the right price on the Volkswagen that's right for you.
I love it.
Right now, during our year-end sales drive, get great deals on 2005 Jettas.
It was a much better day on Wall Street today. The Dow was up more than 78 points. The NASDAQ and S&P both up as well.
Finally, tonight you'll find it on football fields across the country, but would you like it in your neighbor's yard?
Yeah, that's a good question. One neighborhood is saying no thank you to AstroTurf instead of grass. But this Florida family plans to fight for their right, saying the $19,000 worth of AstroTurf in their yard conserves water. And just because they can, they also painted their home in pink and purple polka dots as a protest to the turf turmoil.
Oh my gosh, my husband would be livid.
How'd you like to live
I know.
Oh, well, I guess you do what you
have to do. All right, be sure to join us bright and early for Channel 3 News today.
Good night.
Thanks for watching Channel 3 News. If you have a news tip, dial pound 333 from your Verizon wireless phone or call 216-344-3300.
This red tag is your key to extraordinary year-end.